Yeah, there is actually no doubt that the average person today deals with a lot more stress at work and outside of work. At work, because we live, and as all other emerging economies, we live in a very hyper-competitive marketplace, which obviously puts a lot of stress and pressure on people to perform. Goals are tight, and so therefore it is quite stressful at work. And socially too, because of the kind of cities that we live in, the infrastructure that is out there in terms of the social infrastructure, people go through a lot of stress even on commuting and getting to work, getting back from work. So overall, the kind of stressful environment that an average person lives in today is far greater than what it was many, many years back. I think some of this is a reality and you can't escape it. So you have to find ways to sort of deal with these situations. Workplace can do a lot more to reduce the overall stress of individuals, not necessarily by reducing the kind of goals that people have, but more in terms of creating a more congenial, happy work environment, which makes people come to work every day with the same level of motivation, irrespective of all the stress that they face. Secondly, I think it is also very important for everybody to, in order to create better stress management for themselves, to have hobbies, play sports, do other activities which give you a lot of personal satisfaction. Yeah, so I think health insurance is the biggest enabler for healthcare, and around the world, when you take a look at the developed countries, health insurance has really created the opportunity for citizens of those countries to receive and to access better quality of healthcare. So I think even from the Indian context, there is a lot more reform that needs to happen around health insurance, more from the perspective of the kind of products that are out there in the market. We still seem to be in a little bit of an old world health insurance system, which is more targeted around sick care rather than health care. So there is a lot more innovation which is required out of the health insurance companies, to particularly around wellness, around prevention, around trying to create an opportunity for people to also get incentivized to live healthier lives. None of this is offered by the health insurance companies in India today. Second, I think what is really very important is, like in the life insurance sector, where women get almost about 15% less premium compared to men, the same kind of policies need to be adopted on the health insurance side for women, so that they are paying lesser premium and therefore more women can come into the health insurance net. So overall, I think the health insurance system in this country needs a lot more refinement, needs a lot more evolution, and needs a lot more innovation around the kind of products and services that they offer. And hopefully that will also deliver better quality of healthcare for India. Yeah, so I think this is a perpetual question, right? The work-life balance is a perpetual question for everybody. Not every human being has the same set of priorities, but every human being can have a very good balance between their work and their life. Unfortunately, in our country, we continue to be in a mode where we are still only trying to make a living. We are not really making a life. So therefore, an average Indian has to do a lot more to get away from just living to actually making a life. And that effectively means that we must inculcate some hobbies, we must inculcate some sports, we must inculcate some extracurricular activities beyond work, which basically helps us to balance all the pressures and stress at work. I think more importantly, what is also very important from our perspective is we will continue to be in an environment which is very aggressive. The developed world has gone through these cycles. The developing world is going through these cycles now. And in the cycle of maturity of most economies, work begins to become extremely intense because everybody is striving for more. So if that is the overall context, then everybody needs to also balance their lives with work and with other areas, and everybody has to make their own agenda. You're right, there is no cookie cutter in terms of what people should do, but everybody should make their own agenda in terms of what gives them happiness.